Gift with purchase, or GWP as we like to call it, is probably one of the oldest tricks in the book. It's probably the oldest trick in the book because it works so well. You know, ultimately it's there to sway or play a part in a purchasing decision. So we're either looking to get a customer to choose our product over someone else's product, or we're looking to get them to increase their weight of purchase. So they normally buy X number of this product, but we want them to buy this many. So it's a fantastic tool for doing that. But I think what's really important is you've got to get quite clear in what is your desired outcome, and then also get really clear on how this mechanism is going to work, and how, and also making sure that the product kind of fits the purpose. So I think that all comes back to the briefing stage and figuring out exactly what it is we're trying to achieve with the activation. I kind of try and break these down to some real basic sort of categories, like the opportune GWP is, for example, if someone's going through the airport and there's a gift with purchase for a travel product, then you kind of get in them at the right time. You know, they need a new whatever, they buy your product, they get X, you've got them. So that's what I call opportune GWP. Another one is like a novelty GWP. So it might be something a little bit quirky, a little bit different. We see this with a lot of the liquor brands and other FMCG brands as well, where the customer potentially hasn't even seen that product before. They're just really keen to get their hands on it, and so that'll sway their purchasing decision to be able to take that product home and show their friends and family, and like, hey, look at this cool thing. Or maybe they just want to take it home because they just love it so much. Another great thing is what we call an add-on GWP, where this is an item that might be specifically designed to be used with the product that we're selling. So for example, if your product is yogurt, then maybe we're doing an ice block mold, so they can take it home and maybe have a different usage for that product, but it's designed to go specifically hand in hand with your product. And the last one is what we call the gift GWP, so it's just a genuine gift. Could be a scented candle, could be anything, but it's something they're like, oh, that's a nice thing, I'd really like to have that, and I'm going to buy this to get that, and it seems like a great option for me as a consumer. I think one thing that's kind of underutilized in the GWP space is the self-funded GWP, and that's where you can get the customer to pay to take home that product, and you get the upside of either swaying their purchase decision to buy your product over someone else's, or you're getting an increased weight of purchase. But what if you can get the customer to pay for that whole process? That's even better, right? It's win-win. So I think there's two ways of doing that. You can either have that GWP product for sale at point of purchase, which also gives it a perceived value. Again, so if you're like, buy this item for $10, whatever it may be, or buy two of these and get it for free. So suddenly they're getting a $10 item versus just getting a free promo product. You know, so you're creating that perceived value. The other option is you like buy two of these and get this for $5 or whatever it is, and maybe it costs you $5, but in their mind it costs 10. So they're still getting a deal, but they're effectively paying you to take home that product and buy more of your core product. So it's kind of a no-brainer. So that's another real great tool that we sort of see underutilized, but I think it all comes back to the brief and understand the entire activation, what the desired outcome of that activation is. So some key things to consider with your GWP is make the product relevant. I mean, don't give away beanies in the middle of summer. You know, it seems so simple, but we see this all the time. Don't use old merchandise or stuff from an old activation for your new activation. Think of other ways of distributing that product. I'm not saying let it go to waste, but kind of don't just try and put that square peg in the round hole. And I think really consider that perceived value, because ultimately you want the customer walking out with a smile on their face because they've just picked up, in their eyes, a great bargain, even if they may have paid for it, but you want them to feel like they're getting value. They're going to go home with your product. It's going to have your brand on it. They're going to use it for years to come. So make sure you're kind of considering all of those things right at the start of the process so you can build that into your entire activation.